What's going on, everybody? It's Ron Brown, LMT, the People's Fitness Professional, alongside my co-host,
Mikey Fever.
and Clip Wilson in the building. What's cracking, y'all?
What up? What up? What up?
Yo, man, tonight we're talking about Tupac's birthday, Ciara's interrupts, Jim Jones interview, ICE protests. There was some other things that was spoken about on the chat. We have a chat for NYP the Tuesday night. Oh, yeah, RZA. Yeah, hold on one second. Let me see. Something else. RZA was talking. He said something about RZA and Antonio Brown. We were supposed to get. I was supposed to put that in the thing, but it's all good. We're here. Tupac's birthday. I like the subject of Tupac because Tupac is definitely one of my favorite artists of all times. I got Tupac is one of my favorites. DMX is one of my favorites. When I think about Tupac, for some weird reason, I think about DMX. Now Tupac. Well, every time I hear about Tupac, I think about Revolution, and until I met Clip, I wasn't thinking about him being from Harlem. I really wasn't thinking about it like that. I was like, yo, he's from Oakland, California. He's from the West New York. But if you Google his name and his birthday, Pac is actually from Harlem.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. I went so far. I went to the Tupac Museum in LA, right? His birth certificate say New York City, Harlem. Right? So I don't want to hear no arguments for people saying he from here, he from there. No, he's from here. And if you really look at his life, he left New York at 14.
Yep.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Went to Baltimore.
He went to Baltimore at the age of 14. He was only in Baltimore for 2 to 2.5 years. Right? You got to Oakland when you was 17 years old, fam. You from New York. We're not even gonna do all this extra stuff. You from over here, B. Like,
I'm the biggest Pac fan, man.
That's my favorite rapper of all time. Like, there's nobody on the planet to me that will ever be better than him. I don't care what punchlines or metaphors you could muster up. I don't care about none of that. Your content will never be better than Tupac's to me. That's
what do you say about people who say Tupac is not as lyrical, is not really like a lyricist?
He is. No, it's not. Here's the thing. The definition of lyricism is emotion written through written language. Name a rapper that does that better. Right?
Let me add on to that too.
DMX does that well.
Not better than Pac.
Not better than Pac. Let me add something to that. People listen to Pac prior to Death Row. Then you have something. This dude in his unreleased tracks. This dude know how to ride beats, man. His flow is universal. It could go on any beat. And when I seen Pac got lyrical was on What's Your Phone Number with the flow.
Oh yeah,
it was crazy on there.
No, here's the thing. Go back and listen to Tupacalypse Now and listen to the first song, Young Black Male. He's rapping like Bone Thugs and Harmony and Amigos on the first song. But nobody's paying attention because everybody's focused on hits. People ain't going back to really listen to album cuts. Listen to what he's rapping about while he's doing that style.
Very, very lyrical.
Tupac was rapping from the perspective of a young black man going through oppression on every level and poverty on every level in America. And he didn't care about if I got the most jewelry on or if I got the most money. He made songs about that, but that wasn't his focus. Or I got the greatest punchlines ever. That's not the focus. Hip-hop is about coming through. Hip-hop culture is about overcoming oppression and poverty. Who did it better? And he was only in the rap game for 4 years. Like, do people understand this?
Talk about the quantity of work as well, the quality and the quantity of work he put in.
Quality of work and the quantity. He was only here. From his first major release album to when he passed away, that was 4 years.
Dominate.
And he was locked up during that time too. Like, I think people forget this. Yeah, I think people forget all of this. He did all of this in a span of 4 years. 6 albums, 4 to 5 movies, right?
TV
4
shows.
to 5 TV shows, jail time.
Oh, Clip, let's not forget that, you know, we're not glorifying violence, but dudes talking that gangster stuff. Who shot 2 cops?
Defending a black man. For defending another black man.
Yep.
Right? People like, oh, all of y'all are so-called gangsters. All of y'all are this. But I'm riding for black people. I might have issues with certain black people, but the bigger goal is I'm riding for us.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to keep it a buck. No disrespect to Brooklyn. Brooklyn is the ones who shifted his whole mindset.
I know. A few cats, not a lot. It was only 2 cats.
Tutting them, right?
Yeah.
Oh, nah, it wasn't even Tut. So, so allegedly.
Tut say he ain't had nothing to do with it. I don't know if I believe you, Tut. No disrespect to you. All praise to you as far as what you did and your reputation. I get it and all that. But I don't know if I believe you.
Yeah, but let's not forget that Pac was very well read and articulate. Like, this dude rapped with passion. Like, you felt every track he had was an emotional track. Like, any get you in a party mood, a deep thinking mood, a revolutionary mood. He was only 25 when he died.
Yeah, the museum ain't up no more, right? So when you go to the museum, they go through his whole life. And his mother had him reading newspaper articles since like the age of 3, right? He would watch the news or he would read newspaper articles and he would have to write what he read down.
Old school parenting. Yep.
Right? Because his mother is a Panther. Yeah. So she's giving him the knowledge of self plus the knowledge of revolution. And he's surrounded by Panthers growing up. So his whole mindset is militant and military and disciplined to a certain degree. Right? Disciplined in a certain aspect. Even though the streets, you know, as you get older, you get young and you're in the streets, it makes you a little wild because you got to adapt out of survival. Right? Especially going up in them times, late 80s, 70s, you know, 70s going into the 80s, the crack era, it was a whole different world than what's going on now, right? And then you got the feds watching you. You was born, basically conceived in jail.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You got, you know what I'm saying? You got Tupac Shakur and all of them raising you. Geronimo Pratt and all these, you know what I'm saying? All these people. James Johnson. I can name a bunch of them from Harlem. You know what I'm saying?
Sekou Odinga.
Yeah, you got all these revolutionary minds. You know what I'm saying? Impacted you. And then you come out in the perfect time just when Public Enemy and NWA and all of them was making noise and we was talking this fight the power, thinking you was just an offshoot of them, but you took it to a whole nother level.
But I want to unpack that. So now, like when he was down with Digital Underground, that was like his start down with Digital Underground, right?
He's a roadie.
Now with Digital Underground, who were Digital Underground working with, like as far as production and things like that? Did they have influence from PE?
Shock G did all the production. So Shock G, aka Humpty Hump, he did all the production. So he's the music.
Right, but who would Shock G's influence be?
Oh, his influences was Sly and the Family Stone,
Harlem, all that.
Harlem and Funkadelic, James Brown. You know, the music of that era prior. You know what I'm saying? That's where hip hop basically, you know, got our sound from.
Right.
So those were his influences, and those were the dudes he was the main dude producing everything for Digital Underground. You know, Pac came on as a roadie, and then they gave Pac that one feature on Same Song. Right?
Killed it.
And Pac killed it and got his deal off of that with Interscope. And then he fought the labels to put out Brenda's Got a Baby.
That's a fact.
Yeah. Right? They didn't want to put that out. They was like, this is too
painful, tragic.
Too painful, it's too tragic. And he was fighting tooth and nail, like, nope, this is what I'm putting out. I don't care what y'all talking about. The people need to hear this. How your first single, Brenda's Got a Baby, as a new artist.
Yep. He set the tone, basically. Let the world know who he is.
And
then you had the vice president after you.
And the thing about Pac is he gave you one of those records, like a Brenda's Got a Baby and he gave you one of those on every single album. Mm-hmm. In some of them albums, he gave you multiple, like a bunch of those. But what rapper was making Keep Your Head Up at that time?
Mm-hmm. None.
What? Holla If You Hear Me. A lot of people don't know that video is about killing cops.
Yeah. That's my song too.
Right? That video is about killing cops. Trapped is about killing cops. Right? What rapper was doing that at the time in that era?
But you forgot Violence. That was my track too.
Yeah, Violence, Soldier Story. Remember, the government was already on to his family, and then when he made Soldier Story, and then that kid in, I forgot one of the towns, killed the cop after listening to Soldier Story.
Blamed him.
They blamed him for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, Pac was remember, Pac was the first rapper too to be on his artwork for remember his artwork was black people for Tupacalypse Now. Remember some of the artwork was him with a bunch of black people with KKK outfits on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot that you got to really watch and you got to look and pay attention to what Pac was doing.
There's a lot to it, man. Favorite artist to this day, man.
And the funny thing is, people say Pac, the East West Coast nonsense. Go back and listen to Strictly for My Niggas album.
Mm-hmm.
And go and listen to the songs where he's shouting out all New York City rappers and showing them mad love.
And was it on
Old School?
Me Against the World?
He did it on Old School, but go back and listen to Strictly for My Niggas, you'll hear it where he's shouting out the whole New York. He never hated New York. He hated what happened to him in New York, and New York didn't stand up for him when he was repping y'all.
But Clip, tell him his name was MC New York. His original
name. Yeah, his first name is MC New York.
Nah, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, MC New York.
His original name was MC New York.
New York.
That's what sleeping on Pac. I be telling dudes, stop sleeping on Pac, man. I'm from Brooklyn, and I always told dudes Pac was my favorite rapper more than Biggie.
He was my favorite more than Biggie from the messaging of what he was rapping about. Yeah. Like, I get the punchlines, I get the metaphors, I get the slick talk, I get the jewelry, I get the fly and all that. But I connected with what I saw outside, like the visuals of what I saw of black people outside, the crack vials on the street everywhere, looking like Skittles on the floor. And, you know what I'm saying? Like, I connected with that as a kid, seeing.
Hold on, Clip. Let's talk about crack bottles on the floor like Skittles, though. Hold on, son. That was a great description. Yo, that might have been where we was from, though, because
that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I saw. I saw colored vials everywhere.
Stepping on them and all of that.
Yeah. Right. It was, when you think about it, that was crazy. Mm-hmm. Some of them joints still had crack in them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Me and Ron, we talk about old Harlem. So old Harlem still had abandoned buildings. We still had the fiends nodding off everywhere.
Yeah.
Like what I saw as a kid and what Pac was rapping about is what I connected with. I connected with that more than, I'm just getting money in the fly. All right, dog. What else?
Right.
I connected with Pac music because I could relate to a lot.
Yeah, it was a relation thing. It was like
I'm like, yo, what you experience, I'm living it.
We living it. We living it every day. We young, we black, and I'm angry. I was an angry kid, right? So his music reflected how I was feeling inside. Like, yo, I see brothers and blacks crying, mothers and black. I see brothers and blacks dying, mothers and black crying. Like the stuff that I'm seeing outside, I'm just like, I can connect with it. It's in my spirit. I didn't have that connection with Biggie when I first heard him.
Right. I didn't really start I honestly, like with Biggie, I didn't really like Biggie until, honestly, this is some real shit. Excuse my language. Until I started hanging on a block. And then all the guys that was into that life and shit like that, they was like listening to, yo, Ron, yo, I'm telling you, forget about Wu-Tang. This is what it is right here. Biggie, man. You heard what he said? Like, and you know, and then I started like, all right, I could rock with it. I'm
gonna say something right now. It's gonna be very controversial. Bear with me. To the viewers and listeners, this is my perspective. Ready to Die sound like Tupac's album. And I'm gonna tell you why.
It does.
My favorite track on that album, on Ready to Die, on Biggie's album, and he rest in peace as well, was Everyday Struggle. That sounded like Pac, because they were using the same producer.
Yeah, they were using Easy Mobile. Yep.
So
they were. Oh wow, I didn't know that.
They had tracks together with Easy Mobile. When I heard Everyday Struggle, I'm like, I could hear Pac on this.
It sounds like a Pac record.
No more.
Suicidal Thoughts sounds like a Pac record.
Yeah.
They sound like, but Pac said that. He was like, yo, I showed Biggie my album. Next thing I know, Ready to Die comes out and it sounds like my album.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I'm not taking that away from Biggie because Biggie's my guy. But Pac's influence was he was out before Big. My influence is here.
Yeah. And they was wrong. And Biggie was supposed to be Thug
Life. And it was cool. Yeah, they was cool. You know what I'm saying? So it was like Pac had Biggie in a conscious state. Right? Because you could tell that Biggie was trying to go there, but Brooklyn was still trying to keep him as the rough and tough.
Yeah.
Don. It's like, yo, dog, let him go there. Because when he goes there, he's that skilled to make it sound good.
Right.
And we need that. Like, it seemed like after Big and Pac died, the industry just went left. It got so reckless when we stopped being conscious.
I hated hip hop. Once Biggie and Pac died, I hated hip hop.
Yeah, that was a shift at that time.
Until 99.
It was like a dark cloud.
Yeah, it was a dark cloud, and there was no consciousness. Everybody wanted to party out the way through the dark cloud. But my thing, it stopped being about I'm selling drugs because I'm trying to make it out the ghetto to I'm selling drugs because I'm a hustler. Whoa. What are we doing here?
Right.
Like in the early 2000s, everything was, yo, we getting it. We just hustling, we selling drugs. That's what we doing. We selling drugs. All right, but what's the point of you selling drugs? Why are you selling drugs? Because I need that new 950, whatever Lamborghini. Dog, that's not the goal.
Wrong message you putting out there.
The wrong messaging. You know what I'm saying? We, like Ron, we grew up on Wu-Tang. If you listen to Wu-Tang, they wasn't rapping about selling drugs because they wanted to. They was rapping about selling drugs to make it out of the hood. Right? Like, the messaging went left. And you know, I'm gonna put Jay-Z in that role.
You know Jay-Z. Jay-Z. Would you call Jay-Z a sellout?
No. I wouldn't call him a sellout. I would just call him the other side of what we saw in the streets.
Okay.
Right? So we saw the cats that were selling drugs just to survive, and then we saw the ballers and the kingpins that would selling drugs, but they would try to make it look fly.
He said it himself. He became addicted, just like the things that they accustomed to serving. He got addicted to that lifestyle.
Because here's the thing. In Harlem, even when he started rapping, when AZ, the real original AZ, not the AZ the rapper from East New York, salute to him because I love him too, right? But when AZ and Mob Style was really rapping, What's Going On Black was the first record that he put out. And that was about the record about Darnell and them.
Yeah.
Yo, that song right there. When you hear it, it's like if you can feel it. You can feel it.
True story, man.
They captured the moment in that one song right there. Like what year did they make that? Like, do you know, like 89?
I think like 91 or 90.
91, 90. Darnell died like a couple years before that.
Yeah.
I think so, right?
Yeah, I think Darnell died at 90. I think he died.
May he rest in peace, young man.
Yeah. So like that.
I remember that newspaper. I remember going in the house and seeing my grandmother reading that newspaper when he died, when Darnell died.
Yeah, I just remember my pops talking about it. Like they talking about a lot of just like as I was coming up, because I moved.
Yeah, he died at 90. He died at 90.
Yeah. So like in 93, 94, my pop was talking about it a lot, shit like that. Like what was going on. He was like, yo, man, the streets is over, man. They doing this, they doing that. You know, he started. Yeah.
I remember it because I remember I'm from Grant. They found
and McDonald's right there.
In the McDonald's right here. So the whole hood was talking about that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that McDonald's ain't even there no more, which is even crazier to me. But you know what I'm saying? Like during that time, that was the talk. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, I ain't gonna get too deep, but you know, I got people close to relatives that was caught up in all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I kind of heard the talks of the story. Unfortunate, man. Unfortunate.
Yeah, man. Yo, but Clip, though, we might need to do it like a Harlem day, like, cause it seemed like what you saw is what I saw. Like, remember you was always talking about like in earlier podcasts, like we grew up on like pro-black teachings, like everything around us, like Martin Luther King, Sojourner Truth, this and that, like in the school though.
In the school system, we was taught to be in our school systems in Harlem, from what I can remember. When I came up, it was all black. It was pro-black everything. We learned about teachers. We in second grade, we learned about Shirley Chisholm and Mary McLeod Bethune and W.E.B. Du Bois, and a lot of our schools, we didn't sing the regular national anthem. We were singing the black national anthem. Like, that's how we came up.
A lot of people don't know that. You know, a lot of people don't know that black national anthem.
Yeah, because you understand, a lot of them schools that people grew up in, they had white teachers and all that. We didn't have that in Harlem.
Now I had
maybe one.
I had two white teachers though. I had two white teachers.
And that was probably when you went to 95. When you went to 95.
Nah, that was when I was in 46.
Oh,
PS 46, right in front of the projects. It was Van Grover, and it was a white lady. Everybody else was black.
Yeah, so you didn't even pay them white teachers no attention because everybody else was black.
Right.
Like I learned how to swim in PS 125. Right, because they had a swimming pool in the school. You wouldn't know that if you didn't go to the school.
Wait, hold on. Where's PS 125?
PS 125 was the school that's right by Morningside Park.
That's what I was asking you. I asked you if there was a pool over there because I 25 used to go to that pool.
Yeah, that's the pool in 125.
Yeah.
I learned how to swim in that pool by a black swim teacher.
Yeah.
Right? Going to my black teachers. You know what I'm saying? Or everything was black. Even when we did the arts and crafts, everything was black. Our plays, my first play in life, bro, in first grade or kindergarten, I was Langston Hughes.
Oh shit!
I had to play the character of Langston Hughes in kindergarten. You get what I'm saying? So like little things like that was embedded in us.
Yo, check this out. And my school, I forgot what it was. This was so long ago, but the song that we were performing, I forgot what grade that was, but we were performing I'm Black and I'm Proud.
Yes.
By Tragedy Gaddafi.
Oh, that's my shit. Tragedy Gaddafi.
Yeah.
Classic.
That joint was mad. Like he was putting in work back then. But to bring it back to Tupac, Harlem. He's from Harlem. He's lived in Harlem until he was 14.
Yeah, he grew up on Stravers Road.
And then went to Baltimore. Went to Baltimore, right? And then he stayed in Baltimore for how long?
2.5 years.
2.5 years.
That's when he met Jada.
2.5 years, Baltimore. Went to Oakland after that.
Performing arts in Baltimore.
Wait a minute. So he stayed till he was 15. Stayed in New York till he was 14. And then so he had 10 more years to live after that.
Yes.
11.
Wow, right?
Come on, bro. That he's a Harlem dude, son. Come on.
I've been trying to tell people this the longest. He grew up on Stravers Road. He was right here in Stravers on 135th. Right? He's right here in Stravers Road, and then he moved to 122nd and Morningside. Right? Because they had to move around.
Yeah.
And he used to get made fun of, kids in Harlem was making fun of his name because back then, who had a name like Tupac Shakur?
Right.
Right? He moved to Baltimore. He was in Baltimore for 2 years. You moved to Oakland. You got pop. You was in Oakland. You wasn't in Oakland your whole life. You was in Oakland for a few years. Maybe 2 to 3 before you started going on the road with Digital Underground. You got your money and then you moved to Atlanta. Like let's not act like.
Oh, for real though?
Yeah, he lives in Atlanta for that.
Lived in Atlanta.
Stone Mountain.
That's when he got caught shooting them cops. He was in Atlanta.
Hold on. So hold on. So he's Baltimore 2 years. Boom. Go to Oakland. So he was in Oakland from what 16, 17 to what?
So like 20.
And then he goes to Atlanta.
Yeah, he had a crib in Stone Mountain in Atlanta. Then, all that stuff happened in New York when he came back, when he was up here. And then he moved to LA.
Yep.
So he was only in LA for like a year, not even 9 months.
Yeah.
Right? So LA, as much as I love LA, I be holding on to him, but he really ain't from there because he did a few songs, rep job, but he ain't really from there. He ain't really from Oakland either, even though they named streets after him. He's not from there. He's from Harlem, New York. His upbringing, his roots, his core is from Harlem, New York. I'll give Oakland I'm not even gonna say a little. I'll give Oakland their respect because his teachings come from the Panthers, which birthed out of Oakland.
Yep.
So I'll definitely give them their respect to Huey and all of them brothers that was really standing up for black people. I will give them that all day long. But he's from New York.
Yeah. He lived in Marin City, Oakland.
Yes.
Exactly. Marin City.
Yeah, Marin City. I remember that.
Yeah, and
damn, so that's crazy. That's enlightening for me because I'm like, damn. I mean, you did live most of your life in Harlem.
Yeah.
So we need to claim that. Yo, where's Tupac Murals?
Think about this. His first movie was Juice. Where was that film? On Convent. Yeah. Right here on Convent, right?
Right.
Above the Rim was filmed where?
Harlem.
Yeah, Harlem.
You get what I'm saying?
Right on 135th Street, right? That was
135th. Yeah. 135th. He used to go to the school on 155th up there. Like, it's footage of Pac saying, yo, I grew up in Harlem. I used to go to this school. We on the block. We on 155th. Da-da-da-da. He's like, we on 155th in St. Nick. I'm right here. Da-da-da. I used to go here. It's footage of him saying this.
Yeah. With the thug life.
Yo, that makes a lot of sense because he was so comfortable in those roles over here.
Yeah.
It was like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
He's from here.
Right.
Oh, yo, Clip, let's not forget he knew E Money Bags and them in Queens.
Yeah, because he was with Live Squad. With Stretch and all of them and Stretch and all them Queens dudes.
Yeah, Stretch is from Queens, yeah.
Right? So he's cool with Stretch and them. Ed Love is his mans. But he was also super cool with Greg Nice and Smooth Beef in the Bronx.
Right.
Like he's a New Yorker.
Don't forget Buckshot and them. Brooklyn.
Buckshot and them. He got love from Buckshot and them in Brooklyn.
Boot Camp Click.
He was all, and he had love for Wu-Tang. He was all around New York, but he got love.
Mike Geronimo.
Mike Geronimo and them. Yeah, they all knew him. You know what I'm saying? Like they all knew him. He was cool. He just had issues with the bad boy camp.
That was it.
Like everybody does.
Yeah. Because of that one man. And I'm thinking Diddy probably did line him up. With all the stuff that's coming out now,
yeah.
Diddy probably did line him up with Tutting them. I don't know, right? But what I do know is that a lot of people is they ain't really want to get into it because they don't want to be the guys to be considered shooting Tupac because it's not cool if you was the guy to shoot Tupac.
Exactly.
Right? But we know, because I know, because I got some family. I got some family that was there. But I mean, they was part.
I got to talk after the show, Clip, because Ron already know it's.
I got some cousins that was there.
Yeah.
Like on the other side. So just gonna leave that there.
Yeah.
Brooklyn family, my Brooklyn family. Right, we're just keeping it like my Brooklyn family is crazy. I love them to death. They crazy, right? Right. But yeah. So Pac, I hate to say this, but Pac got lined up by some Brooklyn niggas in Harlem. So technically, he broke code during that era. If you're from Harlem, you understand what I mean.
Don't put it on us. Listen,
and it's nothing against my Brooklyn people, but back then,
it's just that we take, you gotta move correct.
When did that shit start? Like the Brooklyn and Harlem shit.
I have no
80s.
clue, bro.
I think because from what I heard, Brooklyn was going to Harlem robbing shit.
Yeah,
but
it sounds like us.
But remember that was going on in the 50s and 60s with Earl Manigault. He would go play ball in Brooklyn, and Brooklyn was chasing them out of the court because they would lose. It's been going on forever. I don't know why it's like that.
I'm telling you, the Brooklyn, like the team I always say that belongs in Brooklyn football team are the Raiders, because that's our motto. Like we just raid things. Like, unfortunately.
Where did the robbery concept come up in Brooklyn? Like, why is that like the moniker? I just want to know.
You know what though? Like, I don't understand the whole. I don't like me growing up in Harlem. The dudes that I've been around growing up, and the people that I came up with was always like tough dudes. Like I never came up with like dudes that like try to dress like kind of like feminine, like with, you know what I mean? Like how they kind of like depict people from Harlem in the hip hop industry.
They called us the pretty boys, right? They called Harlem boys the pretty boys because I grew up with, like, me and you both. We grew up in Harlem around tough dudes. Like nobody. I don't remember dudes being soft like that.
I don't remember that.
All I remember is dudes was tough, but dudes was smile in Harlem. Like you would see a lot of smiling, laughing, cracking jokes. And then when and then I'm not trying to knock on Brooklyn, but when we would go to Brooklyn, it seemed like everybody over there was just angry.
Yeah, here we go. Hey, let's
and I'm not saying, on Brooklyn. I'm not saying y'all were right. I'm just saying it felt like that coming from Harlem. Like, well, why y'all?
You want to know why?
I can't even hear you, bro.
Put that on the floor and pop you in your leg. Tell your girl to shut up.
Yeah, we know. I'm gonna tell you where it comes from. I'm gonna tell you where that hostility comes from in Brooklyn. The Caribbeans. It's the natural anger.
Come on,
listen,
bro.
It's the no. Listen, it's the natural.
He hit it on the nail.
It's the natural anger of the. It's the
y'all want to start something, man.
No, listen. I love my Caribbean people. It's the natural. Caribbean people when they get angry, all bets is off. That's just what it is. Like, and that's not saying Caribbean people are evil or mean or not like that. It's just
I know
y'all get pissed off because it. Jamaicans, they get pissed off, they wild
machetes
out.
come out.
Haitians, when they get pissed off, they wild out. Trinidadians be wilding. Guyanese people be wilding.
I'm gonna give you a prime example. We have our own purge night, and I'm not glorifying it. Juve is considered Brooklyn's purge.
Yes.
That's what they say, yo. Yeah, about the purge.
And we got Caribbean people in Harlem, but Harlem is a little bit more laid back. We be trying to laugh and joke and party. And we'll
have a good time and all that.
Trying a good time, like should have go down, but we ain't really be on that type of time. We be trying to just get the girls. We trying to get fly to get girls. That was the culture.
Right.
Where we felt like this. Brooklyn cats in Harlem soft, pretty boys, and none of that. And y'all,
man.
And we used to be like, yo, but y'all don't come to Harlem talking that. Like it's like y'all say that. Y'all don't come to Harlem talking that.
I don't know who made that up, but it's a bad thing because I was like, yo, I love Harlem. I go up there, get my books, get my DVDs, all my stuff.
The funny thing is, we like Brooklyn. We just don't like the aggressiveness of Brooklyn.
It depends on where you go in Brooklyn. If you go to Brownsville, you're on your own. I'm like, well, you're
I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. Like, okay, Brooklyn. I love Brooklyn. I ain't gonna lie to you. I love Brooklyn.
I love Brooklyn.
I love Brooklyn. You know what Brooklyn is? Brooklyn to me is like a giant Harlem.
Yeah, it's a giant Harlem, but it's just a little bit different, but we like it.
Yeah.
But it seems like when we go out there, Brooklyn cats be like, "Where you from?" Like, I'm from Harlem, and they give you this energy like, "I'm about to get this."
But I say the same thing about Harlem. I say the west side of Harlem remind me of Brooklyn.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The west side of Harlem and the east side of Harlem is two different worlds.
Yeah, the west side is Brooklyn to me. I'm like, this is Brooklyn.
Yeah,
I used to love going to the Harlem Day parade.
Yeah, me and Ron from the west side. We from the west side. The east side is a whole nother planet to us.
Yeah.
Yo, the east side, I don't even get it.
We don't even hang out. Yo, listen, west side cats, we don't even like hanging out on the east side.
Nah.
Yeah, because the west side to me is it's more. I'm like, yeah, remind me of Brooklyn. There's more, you know.
Yeah, it's more laid back. It's not as busy. It's less fiends over here on our side than the east side.
I give you that.
And the west side, we're a little bit more interactive with each other, even though cats be from different blocks. We're a little bit more like, oh, word, you cool with my mans over here? All right, cool. Boom, 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 boom. East side, you be out there feeling like you in the Bronx sometimes.
Amsterdam.
You know why? Let's keep it a buck. Because the east side, that's where the Puerto Ricans are at.
Oh, come on, let's not do that. Let's not do that.
Yo, but it's the truth though. But it's the truth. And it's not against Puerto Ricans. My son is half Puerto Rican. So
I know. But the thing is,
it's the truth because it was the Puerto Ricans at one time on the east side was beefing with the blacks and the Italians.
Yeah.
Yeah. On our side is blacks and Dominicans.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that's a whole nother podcast.
Shout out to the whole 5 boroughs, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to the whole 5 boroughs. I love it all. It's New York.
You know what I'm saying?
It's New York. Let's take it to the east side with Jim Jones and Ciara interview being, Ciara interrupting Jim Jones' interview.
When? I didn't even see that.
She ran down on him?
She came in and like he was interviewing, and then she kind of like basically took over the interview to talk to Jim Jones about how he's not married to Chrissy, and being that they've been together for 20 years, that he should now get married to Chrissy. And Corey Holcomb tore her ass up, basically.
She didn't mind her business, man. That's not your place to say something like that. Yes, you aspire for them to do good, but that's not your place because some people don't want to get married.
Right.
I think Jim, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think Jim is so caught up in gang and this and that. I think he mentally I think he wants to settle down, but I don't think he wants to lose his edge as a married man, especially for his image. I think he loves Chrissy to death, right? I just think because he's still a brand, he's still an image, he still has to make money in this business. And he's from Harlem. Well, he's from the Bronx and Harlem, right? So I'm not going to shit on him. I think he can't do that because he's still somewhat of a sex symbol too, right? To some women, right? Mm-hmm. I think he has to play this role, but I think it's going to catch up to him because you're getting old, brother. All of this is super gray. It's time to settle down. It's time to put on a suit.
I think it's fair too because a lot of people, from what I see online, some men are afraid to get married because they don't want to lose their assets. Say if things go sour, they're like, "Damn, I'm gonna lose all this. She's gonna walk away with all this." Or they're like, "You know what? Let's just play safe." Because I heard 50 say the same thing too. 50 say, I don't have a problem with the concept or the institution of marriage. It's just that I see a lot of smart men lose everything when it goes sour. Maybe he's afraid of that.
You know what else? As I look at him, I watch him, man. He's like a classic East Side dude from Harlem, yo. I ain't gonna lie, bro.
Could you guys go this East Side?
I can't lie, bro.
East Side shit, yo. It is. You can tell, like him, Dave East. It's an East Side Harlem thing. You gotta be from the town to understand. It's not a knock to the East Side, but just
not at all. Not at all. But yo, it's just that's the only thing I can say to describe it. Like You gotta watch his mannerisms and how he deals with things. It's like they're a little bit more like, wow. Like,
yeah, they're more aggressive. They're way more aggressive than the West Side.
Yeah.
They're more aggressive and they try to move at 1,000,000 miles a minute on the East Side. They be like, it's almost like, how can I say? It's almost like raccoons.
Yeah.
I don't want to call them raccoons because that's disrespectful. Because I got family on the East Side. I love the East Side, but the East Side is like real fast paced. It's way more fast paced than the West, right? It's more fast paced and it's way more hostile. And Jim is like hostile. He's the epitome of Lexington. It's like a Lexington Ave energy.
Yo, like you ever watch him like moving, like he's driving, he's smoking, he's rapping. The way he moves is just like
it's so East Side.
It's like yo, and Cam on the super West Side.
Okay, shout out to Cam. He just signed the new deal with Revolt TV.
Word
for a big huge deal. So it's a lot of millions involved.
With him and Mace?
No, this is for his show, Talk with Fleet.
Talk with Fleet. Oh yeah, it's separate from.
Oh really?
Yeah. So I think that interview with the Punisher probably helped it out.
You see an interview today with the other sex worker?
I don't know. Cam is just wild, bro.
Wait, hold on. Yo, Cam, I don't know. Yo, Mike, I don't know. Remember we were talking about doing the suits?
Yeah.
And
now he's doing sex workers and all of that. I don't know.
But he ain't got no suit on, but he got regular street clothes on. But it's
he started out doing the suits at one point. Him and Mace.
Him and Mace do the suits on the
other one.
So the other one. Ron now was talking about doing that at one point because we.
That's what I'm saying. We were talking about doing the suits. And we was talking about like an after hour type of situation.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about it because we might still do it. You know what I mean? But like I don't want to talk about it. Yeah.
Shout out to Cam.
The Talk with Flea show is more so of people asking him questions and him getting certain guests on and asking them all the hard questions that the rest of these places ain't asking them.
Right.
He asked Homeboy to punish. You see, NYP. Everyone on this podcast are articulate brothers, knowledge of self, are smart, well read. But watching that show with the Punisher, right? I cringe and laugh and cringe. I'm like, yo, he is wild.
Yo, I heard about that. I couldn't watch the whole thing, bro.
I could. You know why? It was a typical West Side Harlem conversation with another Harlem cat. Because the Punisher from Harlem too.
Yeah, his facial expression, like his manner at camera, like, so was it you went raw? He's like, yo, let me know, man. Like,
because that's a question that we would ask on the block. That is a natural.
Yo,
so people that's not from Harlem don't get it, but if you're from Harlem, that's a question that's gonna be asked.
That's barbershop talk. Like you said on the block, anybody be like, yo, this dude is wild. Because I ain't gonna lie, I was like, you know what? That is a wild question.
I'm just recently understanding how, like, I gotta be a little more PC.
Yeah,
because I say certain stuff and people like, damn, yo, hold on.
It's a natural Harlem thing that we do. We just say what we want in Uptown. So we say it, and to us, it's funny. To the rest of the world, it's like,
oh shit.
You really said that? Yeah, we said that.
Mm-hmm. Yo, somebody said I'm wild on Facebook. I'm like, yo, how am I wild? Like, I wasn't really. I'm like, how am I wild?
I don't think. To me, it's regular. To me, it's super regular. I used to be wilder on Facebook. I used to not give a shit, but I'll be chilling now. But I don't know. But yeah, I didn't see that Jim Jones interview. I gotta watch it. I gotta check.
You gotta watch that. Now, with Talk with Flea, how much you getting paid on that Talk with Flea joint?
They ain't announced it yet, but we know it's in the millions because you're on Revolt TV. And Revolt trying to get they trying to get their channel back after the bad press we did.
Yeah,
the image and everything. So,
but how they gonna clean up the image with Talk with Flea though?
Yeah, that's gonna be wild.
Because Cam ain't doing no wild shit. Like, Cam would just say some crazy shit, but he ain't gonna do nothing wild. Diddy out here, what did he say?
You know what it is with Cam too? He's a shock jock. He's in the shock jock lane, like a Howard Stern.
Yeah.
So, and he has a resume of music and his antics. So they're gonna be like, yeah, this guy.
Yo, he asked it, he said, yo, did you know it was Diddy when you came in there? He was like, yeah, I knew it was Diddy. He was like, so what happened? He was like, well, the chick came through, Diddy started playing his music and whatever. He said, yo, but we went out to the pool area, and it was just the little small pool. The small pool was filled with baby.
What?
Nah, you
Well, you said what?
He said the small pool was filled with baby oil. For real?
He said, yo, Puff asked what I do. So, I told him outside this, because dude was like he was like a gigolo, like a dancer or whatever. So he like, yo, I had to let Puff know that I do MMA fighting.
And he said he was nervous. He's like, I'm in there. I couldn't really enjoy it because I gotta, keep looking behind me, make sure.
No, that was the Punisher. The other sex worker was like, I had to let Puff know, don't record me, none of that. Like I ain't with none of that.
What is wrong with Puff, bro? Oh my God.
Puff is a wild boy.
You know what Puff is? Here's what Puff is. Puff wanted to watch real. I figured out what it is. He just wanted to watch real life porn. That's what it sounds like to me. You just want to. It's crazy, but that's what you really want to do. Instead of watching it on video,
money.
You wanted to watch real life porn.
So it's like, girl?
Yo, what can I do with my money now?
Dude said he was smashing the joint. And Pop was sitting there.
Yo, boy, bro, yeah.
Yo, Puff is wild out.
Yo, Puff is, oh my God, yo. Like he want to watch dudes bang his girl out.
Bang any chick that he was with out. He didn't care because this Puff, I don't care. I'm doing me. But he got aroused by watching that. It's basically him watching porn. in real life, that's all it is. And excuse my language, but that's what he was doing. He was watching adult film. He's watching real life adult film right here in the flesh, not like, and he just sitting and getting off.
That dude is sick, bro. He's a sick man.
No, you can't shake my hand. You don't give me your money. If somebody tell somebody else, give me your money. Like, I'm not touching. It's like I'd have felt wrong. You come in the room, you dap him up.
But what happened with that verdict? Is he gonna go to jail or is he out?
Well, right now they play the videos of the sex tapes for the jury, but one of the jurors had to get ejected for I guess mishandling or misconduct or something.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. We don't know. I don't know what the verdict is going to be. We probably got another couple of weeks before this verdict is over.
You seen what I sent in the chat? That girl asked during that question.
Yeah.
Yo, people are
but
crazy.
Dawn was lying. I think she was lying because you was just on Homie album. Like, which one is it, yo? Like, was he a monster or did you need a check?
Yeah.
Because if he was so much of a monster, why are you still working with him?
Right.
Crazy.
Right. Man. Now let's go into pause. I gotta pause that after all that shit. The ICE protest. What y'all think about that ICE protest, man?
I think the ICE protest is crazy, but did you see the police in Florida for the ICE protest that was like, yo, if y'all block any roads, we will run you over with our cars. If y'all do this, we gonna beat you up. If you try to pepper spray or pull out a weapon, we will be sending your remains to your family because we will kill you.
Yeah, he said we're not tolerating this over here. Yeah.
Whoa.
He did say that. Yeah.
He said enough is enough. We not having it with y'all. Don't come over. I was laughing because in Florida they not having it.
They serious. They will.
They said they told the citizens, if you try to get to work and these people are blocking the road, run them over.
Yeah. As far as the protest, I was watching it live. I was like, I personally did not want to hit the road driving my car nowhere because I'm like, it's gonna be chaotic. But so far it was peaceful, they say in New York. And it was on Trump's birthday, and the Army's 205th 250th anniversary. So the parade for him, the military parade, was empty, pretty much empty.
Oh, the military. So nobody went to see it.
Not many. No, it was empty.
Trump was
Everyone
just doing whatever he want before he leaves us to go to the afterlife. He just doing whatever he want at this point. Like, what y'all going to do? Y'all can't lock me up, like, because America's never going to lock up a U.S. president. So he's going to do what he wants to do until somebody either does what they do, because I ain't want somebody saying that on a public platform, but either until somebody do what they do, or he leaves naturally.
Yeah.
Yo, so the protests, it went out peacefully. Nobody got harmed or anything like that.
Nobody got harmed.
So what do you think about that? The people protesting the ICE organization. What do you think about
that's it? I think there's no more protests after this. I think it's done.
I think the injustices is wrong for certain things, but I also think you were here. I also think, dog, you here illegally. You know that.
Yeah.
I don't care. We don't care that you built a life for 5 years after being here. You still wasn't supposed to be here.
Right.
Damn clip.
No, it's the truth, right? Like, I get it. You came to America to change your life and better yourself. I get that. But you can't be mad if you ain't supposed to be here. You didn't do it the right way. You got here legally. You got paid under the table. You made enough bread to keep getting paid under the table. America found out because now you ain't paying taxes, which is causing us to spend more tax dollars for us that's really citizens here. Right? But you knew this whole time you wasn't supposed to be here. You tried to blend in and got caught. Time to go.
Simple as that.
It's the way they handle, like, some of the stories you hear are very heartfelt. Like, damn, like separating a child from their mother or their family. At least give them time to go.
Nah, they told them before. You could go with your moms. You could go too. Like, if you was born here from an illegal immigrant that wasn't supposed to be here, you ain't supposed to be here either.
Well, I guess I gotta go then. I was born here.
You was born here, but your parents got their papers, right?
Yeah.
I did. They went through the process of going through the process to get their papers and be certified citizens. You ain't got nothing to worry about. Your parents just wasn't sitting here the whole time just ducking and dodging.
I know a lot of people.
It's literally like being on the run. If I'm on the run for 5 years and I get caught, I can't act surprised that they caught me. I was
on the way Clip talking.
You wasn't supposed to be here. You illegally. If you illegally go somewhere, you know you're doing a crime. You know this consciously. Don't act surprised that they finally caught you 11 years later. You gotta go, dog. You ain't supposed to be here. New York overcrowded anyway. They needed, no disrespect, but they need to get rid of some of these people. There's too many people in New York.
Damn,
listen, I ain't got nothing against the Mexican community.
He said it straight though.
I ain't got nothing against the Mexican community, but we gotta stop acting like, yo, we voted for Trump. No, you couldn't vote. And if you could vote, that means you got an illegal citizenship. Because you ain't getting it done the right way. Because remember, we seen, I would vote for Donald Trump. I would vote for Donald Trump. Right?
Go MAGA clip.
No, I'm not a MAGA clip. What I'm saying is African Americans or the black people that's in this country who know the nonsense that Trump be doing, what y'all thought was gonna happen to y'all? Like, no respect, but racist, bigot white people don't care about y'all either. Just because you vote for them don't mean they gonna be on your side.
That's a thing.
What y'all thought was, and I don't want to sound cruel, what y'all thought was is y'all was gonna have it better than the blacks. And it backfired. And now y'all want us to step in and help y'all because we're so used to being injustice. Y'all want us to fight your injustices. Nah, y'all ain't want to fight for us. Because all of justice was about equality from the beginning.
That's what I was telling my people. I got love for for my Latino brothers, man, my brown brothers. I got love for everyone, but I was telling people, do not allow people to use you as pawns out here because they know black people are reactionary emotionally. You're gonna go out there, you're gonna protest, get in the cop's face screaming, and get mopped.
But we, for every civil rights law in this country was fought on the backs of black people. Right? It wasn't fought on the Asian. I'm not saying here's the thing, the Asian community felt they dealt with civil rights issues too, right?
They have
Latinos too. But y'all wasn't out there fighting and protesting and marching and doing that the way we were. Not saying y'all didn't have your little pockets of doing it, but we were like hands on, like, no, enough is enough. The Panthers was created for civil rights. Like, y'all not gonna be out here just wilding on us. We gonna pull the guns up. Right? Back to the original, the Tupac's upbringing came from injustices. Right? We love y'all we love y'all as culturally, we love y'all, like we love Latinos, we love Asians, we love the minorities. Black people never really had our issues with them until they chose to side with the oppressor over us, thinking that they were going to get treated better than us if they side with the oppressor. Nah, dog, you're gonna get the same treatment. They don't care about you either. The Arabs come here, they call y'all sand niggas. They still call y'all black. They call y'all sand niggas. Y'all not, they only rocking with y'all because y'all got oil. They not rocking with y'all because they like y'all. They rocking with y'all because y'all got something that they need.
Yo, Cliff is funny. The way you say, like, yo, 11 years you running around here.
Yeah, see, you can't be mad if you running around here 11 years off papers, no papers. You just running around, just doing whatever you want, hanging out at Home Depot, doing your lawn, landscaping.
Home Depot, bro. Come on, you gotta go there, bro.
Listen, those my people. They'll build your house in a week.
I'm not gonna lie, I used them quite a few times, bro.
For $2,000 and 7 cases of Coronas, you good money.
Yo.
You about to get canceled.
Now we don't get canceled, but I love them. You know what I'm saying? I love them.
Yo.
Get canceled.
We ain't gonna get canceled because I love them.
Yo, you said, $2,000 and 7 cases of Corona.
You get that house. You get a house going.
Yo, on that note, we gotta get out of here. Yo, peace everybody in the chat. Check us out. Thank y'all for viewing us tonight. Tomorrow we got 2 podcasts. We got what's the first one? Black Liberation.
Yep.
Liberation Theology. And then we're gonna be building with the Queen the Queen Tanetta. Queen Tanetta tomorrow, 5% Nation. Peace to everybody. And we're out of here. Peace.
Yo, we out of here. Peace.